Prayer can be problematic. For me, finding a quiet space at home or at work is not easy, and amongst all my everyday commitments, carving out quality time and space is difficult. But when I discovered running, it was like coming home. I still have vivid memories of running through the woods as a child and playing in the fields. And I even knew then, though I wouldn't have been able to name it, that peace and joy of being at one with nature and our Creator. In those early days of running, nearly 15 years ago now, the prayers were simple. Please help me get round, God. And sometimes I used to repeat the Lord's Prayer slowly and intentionally.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
When I began to learn about contemplative prayer, though, it opened up new possibilities. Instead of feeling guilty because I couldn't concentrate on one thing without 100 other things popping into my mind, the rhythm of running and the steady beat of my heart enabled me to still the chatter in my brain. And I simply gave the run to God, surrendering my thoughts and cares in a new and fresh way. The photos and video clips are of the Damflass Reservoir, my usual and favourite run now. I find this time with God to be a thin space, a space where I can feel God's presence in a tangible way. I remember Eric Liddell's words from Chariots of Fire when he said, when he ran, he could feel God's pleasure, and I can relate to that sense of deep connection. The reservoir is ever-changing, not just because of the weather and changing seasons, but also the different water levels, depending on whether it's been raining, and the busyness of the people rushing by, walking, running, canoeing. I find first thing in the morning to be the best and quietest time, and I've experienced moments of deep connection and profound peace. Over the years, I've learnt to listen to that still small voice and open myself up to the promptings of the Holy Spirit. Sometimes I've been led to pray for healing for family and friends, and on other occasions I've simply found myself running with Jesus by my side. One Easter time I found myself contemplating Jesus' climb up Calvary, the way to the cross in the heat of the sun, causing him to stumble and fall. The experience was so real it touched me deeply. We can at times worry about what words to pray, but when you're running, words often become unnecessary. It's easy to see from the pictures and hear from the sounds that the beauty of creation, the sound of the birds singing, the water gurgling, gives us plenty of opportunities to give thanks and praise. Sometimes I have praise songs that come into my head and I just sing them to myself. One of the plaques on the benches that have been placed around the reservoir by loved ones shares my mum's name, Anne Naylor. When she died, it became a place of great joy to me, an opportunity to remember her and all that she has meant to me through the years. So running for me is one of the ways in which I connect most deeply with God. For me, it's like the pearl of great price. When I can't run due to injury or life circumstances, I miss it and long to get back to it. I hope that when I'm no longer able to run, that I can find that connection to God through just walking or simply being in nature. And maybe one day I'll be able to just close my eyes and find that place of stillness and peace and God's presence just by remembering.